Okay, look under the 4,000 air mix. Yeah, right there. Got 118. Oh, they don't have, oh, rebar, we got a total here.
That they're installing.
You got multiple, I mean, is there any other pages there, right?
They just have prices on track cylinder. Yeah, this is, the breakdown is unbelievable in there. They have a truck cost and everything.
See?
This is what you'd have to figure out to compare apples to apples.
Do we
To
say
add
there's
this
no other,
I mean,
there's
I
no other breakdown on
have
that?
to take action on it to,
I mean, it'd be nice.
Well, some of this stuff we won't be using because it won't be cold enough.
I mean, to figure out which one's the lowest bid.
It's kind of complicated.
I think you have to table it, unfortunately. Because just looking at it without spending the time, I mean, I know I can't figure out exactly.
I have a
which one's
question. What if we would go with the stone in the excavation, do that part of it, and put the concrete, do the pour last, and table that out? That would give us a month to get everything else in place and get better specs off of that. And go with this, because we have the stone price, let's see what we have here. Okay?
If that works from a project perspective, yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Carrie?
Does it work that way?
If we would go with the excavation, the placement of the stone, and then do the pour last for the ramp itself. And we're gonna table the concrete end of it.
I don't see, yeah, I don't see why not. I mean, like initially, you put this out to bid, and but they input it per unit price though.
They have it broke down, but they have a lot of additives.
They have a
on it.
unit price of 131.
That's on the one. The second one here, they basically have a winter heat, depending on when we do it. Fiber, if we're gonna add fiber per cubic yard. So they have a lot of additives that they could, this price of 130.
Yeah, I think those are optional.
Like the other items, you need to get into more specifics, but for now, for the stone, stuff like that.
And then there's also the possibility, if this is a truck price per truck, that $50 would actually raise this price up $1 more than the other.
How many yards we talking? 25 cubic yards. What, they get 10 yards in a truck now?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I think so.
We're looking at about 2.5, 3 trucks. They'll break it down to 3 trucks.
Class A trim.
But from a project perspective, it's okay to do the excavating work and the stone laying work first,
Yeah.
and then to follow up with the
That's it.
concrete work, or does that all have to
As
be
long as
done?
it's done
50,
pretty quickly
50
right
per
after.
truck.
Okay, so it does have to be
Yeah,
pretty
that would
quick.
actually be,
Carrie's saying that this needs to be a bang bang thing. The gravel goes down, the concrete needs to come
I
in.
would think so, just because in case.
in case
you
the
let it
water would
comes
rise.
up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right along the river, if the water is up and down, if you get bad weather, you don't want to put something in place and then have it wiped out or damaged or ruined just because,
You could, you have to advertise it.
You want to come up here and take a look at this?
Do we want to get executive session?
Or how about I bring it back to you?
Is that for an executive session?
I can take a look at it, yeah.
Okay. Let me see.
The one's kind of
For
dry. We know we're getting with the
Since
one.
we're actually at a meeting right now, we can go ahead and, this is gonna sound really stupid, but we can go ahead and finish this meeting and not adjourn.
This one here seems
Continue it to another date, announce that date, post it at City Hall. We don't have to advertise because we're announcing it at a public meeting. And then just meet for that one specific item and then adjourn this meeting at that meeting.
Let's see what Karen says on this.
That would be your other option.
That sounds like the best option than the advertising.
Yeah.
So we can just meet whenever we figure it out.
Is that typical? I've never seen a bid like that before.
It's just broken down. Just
goes out there, what that is.
And a lot of that stuff.
Class A.
Yeah, it looks like we.
They threw options out there. That's what kills us.
Almost been pretty specific, I only did 3 things on that one, but I think all this other stuff down here, these are options. So we don't need an accelerator or anything in that. Only thing, I don't even know if it's an accelerator.
I have to get it there. Yeah, if you delay it like long enough, I'm just gonna skip the fair.
Yeah. This guy here.
It's $50 per truck, and then the movie charge 20. Oh, that's on, oh, that's for Saturdays and that.
Compare apples to apples on those.
It's just 20.
Like, I have no idea.
Can we not say that, I mean, like those
Can we
things?
clean up the stone up first?
Oh, sure.
While we're sitting here?
Oh, yeah, we already, we motioned and approved opening those,
Yes.
so, yeah.
Let's get this.
Did somebody else bid on the stone?
Yeah, right here.
Yeah, we have to write down, probably gonna write down what each person building the stone, what each person building the concrete, what the,
We just got strictly by unit price. I'm sorry, 118, that was just big, but where's the rebar?
It's 19, wasn't
We do is, where's
it?
that?
It's 19 for the stone, 27.
I think
There it is.
19 for the stone and 27 for the,
Yeah, I think that's
2B is
what that-
16. The R7 is 2150. This is 2775.
there you go.
There you go. Yeah.
Hey Vernon, in that bid packet, was it specific to bidding concrete and rebar?
I'm trying to think what it had in there. I'd be lying right now. I believe it did. Where did they get the numbers from?
Well, one bid to rebar, the other didn't. The lowest price on the concrete didn't bid to rebar. But these guys did bid to rebar, but they're still
They bid to
higher.
complete.
Yeah.
It was in the bid packet. I can get a copy of that if you want to see it.
the rebar was in the bid
Yeah.
packet. If you have that.
You wanna
it'd be
see it?
helpful For me to see that.
Yeah.
I don't wanna belabor the point, but
Is that a pen? That wiggly thing right there for you?
My brother got that for me. We don't, it doesn't work.
yeah.
Is it upside down?
We're still on TV recording. Just I don't know. It's on a news side. It's on a national pen.
The stone would be comfortable.
Forget you can set this bid.
we're looking at buying 25 tons of this stuff. 25 tons.
Just get the phone.
The higher price,
And then you can get to the concrete.
the
Yeah.
higher price was 130, right?
131.
One.
And the other one was 118.
We have 2 bids and we always do that.
And we're looking at 25 tons.
I thought that was. Are we talking about just concrete?
Concrete.
He has both of them. Yeah, Tom, is it based on 25 tons, the concrete?
25 cubic yards, I think.
25
Yeah.
cubic yards.
Yeah, cubic yards. Okay.
This is like,
Thing is,
like one bid's concrete only, one's concrete, and with the rebar. The other one up there is stone only. It seems like it's all.
So what do we do when if both of them, if one did not bid on everything that was in the bid packet?
well, that's okay. Depends on how the bid packet reads. That's what I'm wondering. Because usually you can do 2 separate. You can award each one separately. Especially since the one that submitted, ones for both submitted 2 separate ones.
Looks like this bid here on the gravel is cheaper.
Yes, it is.
Much.
And it called for everything.
What do you got on that?
That's what was the bid.
Ligonier did bid the stone, of course they wouldn't.
Yeah, they did in separate.
Yeah, and Gapco did bid the stone, but we're at,
They're at 29 or 27, 25. This is at 22 for 2150.
and we're selling on
Where
18,
he goes.
Freight
$9.
We can strictly
You're looking at 2750.
And what'd they get on the 2B?
1650.
They're 1350.
It is delivered, it's 19.
Oh, that's with delivery?
Yeah.
It doesn't say.
It doesn't say when there's delivery, but that's what it called. What did they call for delivery on a gravel?
It doesn't,
Okay.
doesn't say
It
one
just
way or
has
another.
quantities.
Mhm.
We're gonna have to table.
Here's the thing, because the amount that the city would be looking for each one of these bids is less than $10,000, you could award it to one conditioned on them actually confirming, you know what I mean, and
Mhm.
verifying that that is in fact what they're bidding on, and that's exactly what the city's looking for. Once again, you'd have to know which one's the lower one that you'd want to go with.
Right.
That's the only thing. So if you know what the stone is, the lower one on that one, yeah, you can go ahead and approve that one. Is it?
But it doesn't say delivered.
Okay. Yeah, so it requires clarification too. Yeah, so probably best thing to do is to table that and to continue to not adjourn this meeting, and then just to reschedule this meeting for, you know, a weekday, a week, 2 weeks out, and then to have that as the item to be addressed at that session, and then to adjourn this meeting at that session. And then we won't have to advertise or anything like that,
Oh,
a special
cool.
meeting. You know, since it's already open on this meeting, it's just an extension of this meeting, so.
We just have enough people here to vote on it.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
All right. So Tom makes the table.
Yeah, well, actually, you won't even need, no, you don't even have to worry about making a motion to table it, because it's really gonna be addressed at the same meeting.
Okay.
We're just not gonna make a motion to adjourn at the end of this meeting.
Okay.
We'll have to make a motion to continue the meeting at a future date, that's all.
So we're just gonna let this hang
Yeah.
out, and then Tom will move on with Councilman Carpiak will move on with his.
Okay, what about the excavation end of it?
We can go ahead and open those ones, and
We have
depending
to
on how
open that up
goes-
Well, you have to read the.
We have to read the resolution first. I just skipped over it's to accept the bid. Jim, I just skip over the
Yeah,
accept
yeah.
the bid.
Yeah,
I'll write on it, not yet. Okay. Be resolved by the City Council of the City of Collinsville to open bid rental prices on an excavator for the Yacht Park boat ramp, and I so move.
Is there a second? Second. City Clerk, take the vote.
Hold on. Okay. Trying to keep it organized.
Won't lose nothing.
I don't want to lose nothing. All right, I'm sorry. Viewers also kind of moving on bids or rental, right? Okay. All right, ready?
Yep.
Councilman Key?
Yes.
Councilman Carpiak?
Yes.
Councilwoman Tazan?
Yes.
Councilman McIntyre?
Yes.
Mayor Lincoln?
Yes. Don't touch yourself. Kim, we're not gonna take you to the hospital.
Get a resolution to get you a Band-Aid.
Good times.
Roger Suter and Son with a price of $23,730.70.
You see they put, they're bidding on the concrete and the gravel here too. You see that? Because
Yeah,
this is a bid on the,
actual labor.
that's the.
That's a bid on the whole thing,
Yeah, it's a
actually.
bid on the whole thing, yeah.
The way I understood that from their bid.
bids in?
We got three bids now.
That wasn't for the excavation, they actually put a bid in for the whole thing.
Oh, there's another company put in for the stone, the
Yeah.
concrete, and the excavation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so just treat that one just like the other ones.
Does it say excavation? It just says labor and equipment.
25 cubic yards, 80 ton of gravel, 300 ton of R8s. It's got the wire, fabric, got the
You got
rebar.
everything.
They got labor and equipment.
Right there's the
Total bid amount
bid.
23,000.
That's their instructions that they were bidding on.
Yeah. So that's fine. Just treat each of them separately. So all the bids for concrete, compare all of those, all the numbers for concrete between the three, or whoever submitted bids, however many there are. Just look at all of those. For the stone, look at those, and then for excavators, look at those.
What's the city's portion of this project?
We have $64,000.
That's from the.
50 and 14 or 15.
So do we have to is that gonna cover everything, or we have to come up with money?
We have enough to cover and then
Does that
some.
cover? Oh, awesome.
This is the way it should have been.
Not yet,
The
we
whole
have to
job.
pay.
Yeah.
We reimburse.
This is where we should have bid that thing, the whole job. It's like, then again, people didn't knock up the concrete on their own, you know?
Mhm.
I move that we put that in with the concrete bid, and, do we have any others on that?
But this is a full, I mean, is it fair to say this is this price here with the labor and everything, is it really apples to apples?
No, because this one requires separate. If that includes the labor, the advertisement required that the labor be separately.
Mhm.
That's a separate bid entirely. So if they didn't parcel out,
They broke it down in there.
so they broke out the labor
In
costs.
there, yes.
Okay.
So we could give them the labor and the excavation from that bid. And keep the stone, rebar, and concrete.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Honestly, couldn't we just break it down then with the labor, the stone prices, the bullskin, and the concrete would be the GAVCO. Basically, everybody gets a win.
Gavco didn't bid the rebar.
Rebar. But they did, so.
Just throw them in a hat and draw a name.
We have good mics now.
Yeah, we're picking everything up.
I mean, I think best thing to do is to
Wait
and like I said, just do what we're talking about rescheduling that portion of this meeting, not adjourning, but rescheduling that
Right.
portion of this meeting for 2 weeks out, just to give us the opportunity to look at these, and then just coming to address that specific issue, and then adjourning this meeting at that time after you've been able to take action on awarding these bids.
Right.
Because it's, yeah, I mean, I've got some questions too on some things. but
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We move.
Okay. Now that we got you all on the edge of your seats, we just
There, can you put
say
me
we're gonna do
continued?
this later. Probably in about 2 weeks.
To be continued.
Yeah, to be continued. Well, we can't do that one either, man. Here's one I can get done. Be it resolved by the City Council of City of Collinsville to enter into an agreement with PennDOT for the Green Light Go grant. And I so move.
Is there a second?
Second.
Where are we going with this grant?
This is actually the second phase, the final phase of changing all the traffic lights to LEDs, doing the traffic loops, and a little bit of cabinet work, not much.
Are we paving the?
Yeah, those are the
Fairview?
loops. Those are the loops. Yeah, we're gonna have that, Fairview, Apple.
Fairview's
Okay.
getting worse.
Yeah.
It's terrible. I hate it every
Out
day.
front here, there are 3
I
that will
swear
be
that
totally redone.
the light changes every day. Every day it's red when I go to work. Every day. I mean, I just can't wait for that thing to be on the timer, or not be on the trip again. Causes me to be late every day at light. City clerk, take the vote.
Who seconded that?
Ethan?
Councilman Karpiak?
Yes.
Councilman Tazan?
Yes.
Councilman McKeady?
Yes.
Councilman McIntyre?
Yes.
Mayor Lincoln?
Yes.
Be resolved by the City Council of the City of Collinsville to direct the following,
I think it's cool.
Which one? Oh, yeah.
it's still in my packet.
Sorry.
Yeah, mine as well.
Wow. 2 for 4, I'm below 5, 2 for 5, below 500. Be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Collinsville to permit Pennsylvania Department of Transportation to erect a detour sign on the following streets: East Gibson Avenue, McCormick Avenue, as part of the bridge replacement project on North Pittsburgh Street Extension. And I so move.
Is there a second? Second. Did they give a start date?
No, they did not.
So that bridge is a complete replacement?
Yes.
Yep.
Wow, how long did
Yeah.
they say how long was
Not
that take?
long.
Yeah, that's a rapid bridge replacement, and actually they are doing them pretty quick. And they did that one over in New Stanton, which I don't know why they did one and then the other one, but it's going pretty well.
And this detour is just for advanced auto only. That's what this all entails.
Vern, there's actually a website that I have that we can actually go out to public. They can get on and get updates on the bridge all the time, like when it's going to be done, when it's going to be started. If you call me tomorrow, remind me, I'll get it to you.
We'll get that on the city website.
Yeah.
Get it out there,
And that
sure.
way, because I kept it, so when people call our office, I don't think about sharing it with you though.
All right, city clerk, take the vote.
Councilman McIntyre?
Yes.
Councilman McKeady?
Yes.
Councilwoman Suzanne?
Yes.
Councilman Karpiak?
Yes.
Mayor Lincoln?
Yes.
And that is all I have, finally, Mayor.
Councilman, do you want to talk about the parking out here? The taking the signs down?
Oh, yeah. I happen to have the good fortune of being in the office today yesterday, when we were receiving complaint about the congestion out in front of City Hall and the lack of parking spaces. We're going to address that at some point here. But one thing that we talked and we've decided to do is there's 2 spaces out there reserved for official, we elected people. At any rate, and there's, I don't really see the sense in tying up 2 spaces all day, and neither do these guys, whenever you guys can use them. I know a lot of people do anyways, but I come here a lot, and they are still empty. I'm gonna have the Public Works Department take those signs down so that anybody can park there, and when we show up, we can find a place to park just like everybody else, so. We'll get that taken care of, and hopefully that'll help alleviate some of the pressure out there, but we'll do our best to get you some even more. Okay?
Perfect. Sounds good. Problem solved.
All right.
Minor problem solved.
Thank goodness.
Okay, over to you, Councilwoman Tizan.
Well, I really don't have anything this evening. Actually, all the reminders you kind of already went over. Zootopia will be this Friday at East Park. It's our last movie. We'll have pizza, snacks, concession stand will be opened. If you do forget the bug spray, we always have some in the concession stand. Our next event after that will be Wellness on the Yacht. There's gonna be lots of information there about how to eat and live well and healthy. There's gonna be all natural and all organic vendors there. I think it's gonna turn out to be a pretty nice event.
And I think it's
There's
great.
been a lot of planning going into it, and I'm really happy with it. As Greg, or Mayor Lincoln said before, our Tangled Up in Brew, October 7th. All the Recreation Board members are selling pre-sale tickets at $15 per ticket. Atkins, Green Dance Winery,
Greenhouse.
Rubos, Greenhouse
Signs.
Winery, and who else is selling tickets? That's it.
City Hall.
Oh, City Hall has
And
them.
Brill Hearts and
And Brill
Scottsdale.
Hearts and Scottsdale. So you can also message our Facebook page if you want tickets and you can't get to any of those places before 5 p.m. We can try and meet up with you and get you your tickets.
And the exciting thing is there's a hotel this year for this event.
Yes, and there's only how many?
Well, when I checked, there was only 11 rooms left for that night. So if you're thinking about coming and want a hotel room, I would call them sooner than later, because most likely they're going to sell out before even October rolls around, and probably be sold out in September. But which is exciting. They have 3 weddings that weekend, and we're hoping to get some of them to come down after their partying and come hang out with us and give us some money and raise some money for our parks. So.
That's it.
Okay, thank you, Councilwoman Suzanne. Over to you, Councilman McGarry.
I really don't have any resolutions to pass today, but you can see in your packets you have the healthcare officer report, as well as the New Haven Hers report. It seems like every meeting I reiterate this, but it seems like it's been on the increase of littering within the city. Just please have some respect for yourself as well as the town. Maybe while you're in your vehicle, have a plastic bag in your car for any trash, and just toss that out whenever you get home, instead out the window. Especially on Baldwin Avenue, there and around Fairview and so on. Those places are just getting horrible. Also, as I was driving through town today, with the crosswalks, no one's stopping at the crosswalks, and that kind of needs to be addressed a little bit more, if we can somehow enforce that.
I've been talking with our police chief on how we can set up there and watch some, randomly sit at these crosswalks and do that. It blows my mind, how people cannot stop and give 10 seconds of their day to let somebody cross the street. I mean, it makes no sense. And really coming through town, you're going to hit a traffic light. So you're speeding to get to a traffic light, and yes, it definitely, I think maybe we need to do an instruction video on how to stop at a crosswalk and what you do when you see a person, and maybe that will sink in for people to understand. I mean, it's a very important thing, especially with the city growing and more people are visiting and out and about on the streets. We gotta, if people don't feel safe here, they're not gonna come back. And almost getting run over by a car in a crosswalk is gonna be one way to say that they're not feel safe in Collinsville. People, we're crazy here, But yeah, we got to do something. That's definitely a very, very big problem in here in the city, and we've had so many near misses. Let me just tell you that, and it's not good.
Yeah, I saw a near miss earlier today, actually.
And like I said, we're rushing to get to nowhere. I mean, it's just, we definitely need to stop the crosswalks.
And also to add on top of that, just pick up after your pets. Too many people are leaving their dog drop-ins along the sides of the sidewalks throughout town. And have some courtesy for your fellow neighbors. And I really don't have anything else to address, but Tom, do you have any updates on demolitions or anything like that that's going on?
Well, I guess what I would have to say is that if you're interested in what's going on in any of the boards, please stop by and attend the meetings. They're open to the public here. Some of them's open to the public, so stop by and see what's going on.
We definitely should have some major building in our downtown here over the next couple months. I know that the building down on South Pittsburgh Street, the permit has been picked up for that one to be demoed, and that's going to be a quick turnaround there. They got to try to get this building up before January 1st. I don't know if Schallenberger Construction's got the one demo permits for the ones in town here, but I know that Mr. Johnson is going to be starting his building on the WCVI lots that he purchased from the Redevelopment Authority, which is very exciting. Rittenhour and Sons, we're waiting. I think they're waiting on their permit from the county. Once they get that, they're going to start building their housing down here about the Amtrak station. So it's going to be something here. The next couple months, we're going to have millions of dollars of new development going on, which is just unbelievable. This one right here. Yeah, I very excited for what's to come here. Kickstand Restaurant, talked to Jill Ferguson. They're getting first week of September. They're going to start their construction of their new restaurant across from Keaty's and Rouveau's there at City's Florist old building. That's going to be exciting.
And Little Licious Cafe is going to be opening up next